All right, everybody, how we doing? I am going to throw together a little dinner for myself, and just something that you guys can do with some of your leftover vegetables, or if you have some fish, whatever. Let me just show you what I have here. I have carrot, washed celery, piece of onion. I have some green beans that I need to use up. I have a kind of a chunk of pepper, a little bit of a leek. I have about a cup of frozen peas. I love peas. 2 slices of bacon, 2 garlic cloves, 2 tablespoons of flour, a cup of milk, bay leaf, and some chopped thyme and parsley. Maybe about a tablespoon or so of parsley, about a teaspoon of thyme. So that's my soup. I'm going to make like a salmon chowder. I have a piece of salmon left with some chicken stock, a little wine, a bay leaf, and thyme. I'm going to poach that, and then I'm going to break it up to some nice pieces. I'm going to use that poaching liquid in my chowder, and I have that seasoned with salt and pepper. Now, I also have a potato that I diced, and I'm going to cook this just a little bit ahead of time because I'm going to use some of this potato in a dish tomorrow. So that's the only reason. Normally I would cook it in my soup. So I'm going to cook that, and I'm going to use all that water in my soup as well. Okay? We're going to add about a teaspoon of olive oil and our bacon first. Now, I just want to show you how quick we can kind of put this together. And I'm going to cut up everything as I go along. I have my board right next to my stove. My pan was preheated. And we're going to brown our bacon. Once we do that, I'm going to add my onion. Now this is, like I said, this is just a chunk of onion. I'm going to do my best to just dice it up. I'm not going to puree it. It's a chowder. You have some corn. I don't have any corn, or I mean, it's not really in season, but if you had frozen corn, you could put a little frozen corn in it. All right. By the time my bacon is ready, I'll be done with my vegetables. My salmon, I have it on kind of a low to medium flame. We're just going to poach that. We don't want to boil that. And in about 2 minutes, I'm going to flip that salmon. We'll do our celery next. It's washed. It's just a little brown around the edges. And I'm okay with that for me. We're going to dice these up. Okay, my bacon is almost ready. We're going to do the carrots. Now you can dice the carrots, so you can cut them into like quarter moon, half moon, you know, whatever you want. I'm just going to do kind of a quarter moon here. Maybe a half out of that. My bacon is looking good. If you want to take the bacon out and use it as a garnish, you can. I'm just going to leave it all in there, kind of flavor that. And I'm just going to cook these potatoes just until they're tender and then drain them, but I'm going to use that liquid. Okay, so my bacon is brown. We're going to go ahead and add our carrots, celery, and onions. We're not going to strain it or puree it, but this is going to be a little bit more of a rustic soup. All right, we're going to flip that salmon. Okay, and I seasoned that, like I said, I seasoned that with some salt and pepper. I also have a little leek. I already washed it. I cut it in half. We're just going to cut that. in some half moons. All right, my potatoes are good. I already started cooking those, just FYI. I have my green beans. I'm going to put those in. Those are going to take a while to cook. I'm just going to cut those into like half-inch pieces. Again, I'm kind of using some stuff up here. If I didn't have salmon, maybe I would just omit the salmon and keep this vegetarian. And do a vegetable chowder. Again, something to use up all your products that you're buying, right? Because you're cooking all day. We're gonna put that in there, and these are the little tops. I'm gonna cut those up, put those in there. All right. And that salmon, I'm just gonna let that sit now. It's probably been in there for about 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, so I got all my vegetables in here. I did chop my garlic ahead of time, just because I felt like it. All right. We're going to cover that. We're going to let that sweat. Okay, I actually stopped the video just for about 4 or 5 minutes, not even. I took my salmon out. That's my extra poaching liquid, that cuisson. And then my potatoes are done. And I'm going to drain that liquid in this, and I'm going to save the potatoes. I'll add the potatoes at the very end, since they're already cooked. Now, normally I would add my potatoes after I add my liquid. We're going to add a little salt and pepper. I'm going to add a bay leaf, which we're going to take out, and I'm adding 2 tablespoons of flour, nutmeg, not fresh grated. A little bit of nutmeg in there, just a little bit. I like nutmeg. If you want to put some coriander, some fennel, you can. You want to put some cumin. Hi, sweetie. You want to come over here? You want to say hi to the camera? Over here. Ah. Say hi. Hi. It's my daughter Gigi. I have pizza dough over there. We're going to either have pizza tonight or tomorrow. Alright, so I added my flour. I just want to let that cook for a minute. Now, I'm going to add that poaching liquid. All that flavor from the salmon is going to go in there. And then, we're going to add all that liquid from the potatoes. Okay. All right. Now, you could, about maybe 2-3 cups of liquid, whatever you're kind of looking for as far as consistency. If you want it a little chunkier, you want it more liquid, it's really up to you. 2 tablespoons of flour. It's not really going to thicken it that much, but if I wanted to, I can add some of the potatoes now. Let that break down a little bit. You like it a little thicker? Add a little bit more, maybe another tablespoon of flour. So I have my peas, my milk, and my herbs. I'm going to stop. Okay, so I'm back. It's been about 15 minutes. I let this cook out. The flour, vegetables are nice and tender. My salmon, my peas. I'm going to put my peas in here. They're still frozen. We just got to heat them up. They're already cooked, right? They're frozen vegetable. And then we're going to add the herbs. I'm going to take out that bay leaf. I'm going to add my milk. You can add soy milk, oat milk, regular milk. You can add cream if you want. You can finish this with some butter. I'm going to add some fresh lemon. It's fresh. You can see the seeds, just so you know. And a little bit of lemon. Save the rest for my gin. I don't have any limes. And then at the end, I'm just going to add my potatoes. Now you can use like Yukon Gold potatoes. You can use red potatoes. And this salmon is still pink. That's okay, because I'm just going to fold that in. And that residual heat from the chowder is going to cook that. And I've got a little bit of juice. Everything goes in there. Give my hands a little wash. Sorry. And that's it. Chowder. Salmon chowder. In about 20 minutes, 25 minutes tops. You can cut and cook at the same time. And that's it. Okay? Have a good night, everybody.